I'm Janus Jaguar, and in this tutorial I'm going to show you how to speed up your game a little bit. I'm sure you've noticed that sometimes when you play it, it will lag up a little bit even when you're playing just Skirmish. And obviously this will not fix all of that lag, but it will address some of the issues at hand. So first and foremost, there's a few tweaks you can make. So first and foremost, the actual issue is the actual limitations of the engine at hand. So we will first start by going into our Command and Conquer General 0-hour data file. This can be located in your Documents folder or My Documents in older cases. And we will need to open up the options.ini first, and then we will need to go down here and change the max particle count. This might be set to 5,000, it might be set to 3,000. I don't remember. Mine's old, so I have it set to 4,000. So that's the first thing you got to do, and then you just, obviously save it. Secondly, another thing you can do is your replays folder. There is a bug in the game that your replays essentially cause too much. After a certain amount of time in Skirmish, the file just gets too big for the engine to handle, essentially. At least I believe that's what's going on. And so all you got to do is right click and go to properties, and then we were just going to click in right there. Additionally, you can go to security and remove all permissions from everything that's in there. I'm not going to do that, so I need to hide my name. My name is Janus after all. And then this edit's a little bit more in-depth and advanced. So you would need to extract your INI files for this one and open up the gamedata.ini. Number 3, the thing we can do is quite simple. So if we go right here, we can use the FPS limit, and in this case I put mine to yes, and I have mine set to 45, but you can set yours to 30. 60 works too, but obviously if you're having issues, you probably shouldn't set it to 60. Additionally, we will need to also edit a few other things in here. We will need to scroll down until we find max terrain tracks, and we will just slightly reduce that, because essentially all this does is it creates the tread marks for the various vehicles. So like say your bulldozer has those tread marks behind it when you're building in the beginning. So if we just limit that down, that's less particles it needs to load. We will additionally need to continue going down until we find, we could potentially modify these too, but I've never touched those. That's on you. But that's not what we're looking for. We will continue going down, and we need to look for max particle count. This also might already be set to 3,000, but it could be set to 5,000 for the demo. This is how many particles is the max amount in a map at one given time. So you can change that down to 3,000, 2,500. You really won't notice a difference, because if it's not in your field of view, it never happened. If a tree falls in the forest, does it make a sound? But does the sound actually matter, is the real question. So we will also need to go and look at the max field particle count. I just turned it down to 49 because I figured, what's one less? I mean, you're not going to really notice anything missing, so to speak. And then that's all you got to do, and that should speed up your game. Yeah, that's all I got. I mean, I don't know of anything else. I mean, it really isn't about getting a better computer, because any modern system should be more than enough to play Generals. The game is from 2003. It is a 20-year-old game. This is a typical game for me. This is about 15-ish minutes, maybe 20, depending on if I'm testing stuff or not. Obviously, this is my high numbers because of my mods, so